The most important thing to remember when it comes to money is that it's a tool. It's something you use to get things done. So, if you don't treat money as a tool, you're not going to be able to use it effectively. You can't just decide to spend more money than you have. You have to figure out how to make more money. That means doing things like starting your own business, finding a better job, or getting a higher salary, but you have to spend and save this money wisely. Many people are unsure if were forced to save their own money due to poor salaries, they would be able to do so. However, in order to avoid having debt issues, it's crucial that you understand how to handle your funds. Here are just a few things you should know in order to save money effectively. Keep watching till the very end of the video to learn some money guidelines for financial success, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. 1. Maintain a spending log. You might be interested in finding out how to keep track of your costs if you're attempting to get rich. To keep track of all of your earnings and expenses, utilize a spreadsheet. You'll be able to track your finances accurately in this method. Make sure you don't spend more than you make as well. You will rapidly see how much money you are wasting on pointless items if you start keeping track of your expenses. If you have a lot of excess money, you should preserve it rather than spend it on items you can't actually afford. One of the best methods to prevent getting into credit card debt is to do this. It's crucial to resist making impulsive purchases. Impulsive shopping usually results in overspending. Instead, concentrate on making wise choices. For instance, you ought to avoid purchasing anything until you can actually afford it. 2. Establish a monthly budget. Consider how you're going to pay for things as soon as possible. You might be experiencing some tension right now if you don't have any money set aside. Because of this, it's crucial to make sure you budget enough money each month to cover all of your expenses. Making a financial plan is the best thing you can do if you want to start saving money. This means that you need to budget exactly how much money you'll spend on necessities like rent, food, and utilities. Once you have determined your income and debts to others, proceed. Once you are aware of these figures, you should work backward to ascertain how much money you can set aside each week. You should decide whether or not to utilize your credit cards after you have a clear picture of your financial situation. 3. Limit your own unplanned spending. Making sure you don't go over budget is essential if you want to succeed financially. This entails reducing wasteful spending on things like eating at restaurants and designer clothing. You ought to make a goal for yourself as well. For instance, you might resolve to save $1,000 every month by the end of the next year. You can then utilize these savings to pay off debt, put money away for retirement, or make stock investments. You'll be more driven to stick with your goals if you set them. The amount you save each time can also be increased. When you are not concerned with your finances, it is simple to spend money. That's why you should try to avoid making any purchases that you don't really need. 4. Save money for emergency situations. Make sure you save enough money so you won't have any financial difficulties. Try to start saving as soon as you can. Make a note of every expense, taking into account items like medical expenses, food, transportation, clothing, and other requirements. Planning ahead is also advisable. You may use this time, for instance, to consider what you would do if your employment were to go. Spending more than you make is bad. This implies that you should refrain from purchasing things that are not necessary. Focus on putting money aside for significant purchases as well. You should prepare for the worst-case situation and have enough money saved up to last at least 6 months in case something unfavorable occurs, such as losing your work. 5. Keep several sources of income. For many people, having numerous sources of income is crucial. You can maintain motivation if you work a job you adore. By doing this, you can prevent being bored. You should make an effort to record your income while you are working. To make future plans, you must be able to calculate your earnings precisely. You will need to put in more effort if you want to enhance your income. Make sure you're constantly working to develop your abilities and yourself. Additionally, you ought to consider other revenue streams. You could, for instance, launch a side business or make stock or bond investments. As long as you keep doing this, you'll discover that saving money for the future is simpler. 6. Reduce your monthly payments. There are a few things you may do to guarantee your financial security. You must save money if you want to be able to pay for the requirements. This means that you need to start saving a small sum of money each month. Spending should be decreased. Make sure you're constantly looking for ways to lower your expenses. Consider purchasing generic goods instead of name brand ones, for instance. You can save money by not eating out and by paying less for power. By carrying out these actions, you can improve your financial stability. In this video, we have discussed a few money rules for financial success. Stay tuned with us for more interesting videos, and do not forget to subscribe to this channel.